You could call it the art of corruption in China. Contrasted to Canada, where governments have fallen and careers have ended, Chinese officials can be convicted and still retain their positions of power. As the CBC's Catherine Mercier reports, corruption runs so deep on every level of society, even school children understand it.
If there was a wall of shame in China, this would likely be it. Painted in red and white, no coincidence, the color of China's 100 yuan bill. These are portraits of some of China's Communist Party officials, each one convicted of corruption.
I think this art piece also is the witness of what happened in China.
For Zhang Binjian, this is his artistic crusade against an all-too-common problem here.
Before, we do not hear corruption very much. Right now, every day you open the newspaper, you turn on the TV, you check the website.
And it's there, photos of the rich and infamous of the People's Republic of China, like this provincial Communist Party official sporting ultra-expensive watches, or this former railway minister now awaiting trial for embezzling more than $250 million, or the 21 houses valued at over $6 million, owned by a low-ranking official from Guangzhou. It's hard to find a picture of this man, but the political cartoonists in China have had a field day making fun of him.
Like he smiles. I think it's funny.
The paintings of corrupt officials like these hang in Zhang's studio. So far, he's commissioned more than 1,600 portraits. And even though these officials have been convicted, it doesn't mean much. Experts in China say almost all of the corrupt officials get their jobs back soon after. Throughout China, millions of so-called netizens, or web citizens, expose China's scandalous tales of corrupt fat cats through popular microblogging sites like Weibo, China's version of Twitter. And they're busy trying to move one step ahead of the authorities. 20-year-old university student Yang Fen has a different approach to help solve China's corruption: more transparency. When he saw photos online of a Chinese government official wearing a Rolex watch and a Hermes belt, he wrote a letter demanding that the official reveal his salary. The answer he got, basically, mind your own business.
As a citizen of China, it's my right to expose abuses.
Among his group of friends, he's the only one who dares to poke his nose where authorities don't want him to. But he's not afraid.
I want to encourage people around me to take on more of an activist role.
Last year, a report by the Bank of China showed that from the mid-90s to 2008, 16,000 to 18,000 government officials and employees of state-owned companies funneled more than $120 billion abroad. The report was put online by mistake and was quickly taken down. In his speech to the 18th Party Congress last week, President Hu Jintao warned that corruption could ruin the Communist Party. He was clearly serious. He mentioned corruption 16 times during his 90-minute address. But the party fails to follow up when leaders at the very top are caught. When foreign media revealed that the families of China's next president Xi Jinping and of the current premier Wen Jiabao had amassed colossal fortunes, the regime's answer was to shut down the websites carrying the stories. But truly eradicating corruption may prove difficult because it is ingrained in a tradition of gift-giving that is at the heart of Chinese culture. And it pervades all levels of society, all the way down to the schools. We went to this elementary school downtown Beijing and asked parents what kind of gifts they are giving to their child's teacher. The practice is widespread, but not everybody likes to admit it publicly. This mom told us she gave $1,000 worth of prepaid shopping cards every year. She likes to give cards because it's discreet. It helps my son in his studies, she said. We do it so that the teacher treats our child well. As this other mom was telling us she gives makeup and perfumes worth hundreds of dollars, her 6-year-old son interrupted her. Mommy, he said, someone in my class gave a computer to the teacher. Officially, schools say the teachers are supposed to refuse lavish gifts, but in practice, they do accept them. And from a young age, children understand that favors can be bought.
Corruption in China has 1,000 years history, same as Great War.
Back in his studio, artist Zhang is not surprised to see how pervasive it is. That means Zhang likely will have material to work with for years to come.
It's the open ending. You don't know when this piece will be finished, because it depends each year how many people corrupt.
So far, no gallery has dared to exhibit the artwork. The subject is just too sensitive. Catherine Mercier, CBC News, Beijing.